What's up, everybody? Adam Bergman from Turks and Caicos. I'm on vacation. And as I'm on vacation, I started thinking about what is the goal of everybody? Everyone's goal is to retire nice. And what better way to retire nice than to get some type of residual income? And since most people on my channel are stock investors, why not talk about residual income with stocks? What's a residual income when it comes to the stock market? Usually it's dividend payments. The problem is most dividend payments come quarterly, which means they only come 4 times a year, and it doesn't actually generate residual income or an income stream so much as a dividend feeling. What if there is a play where you can actually get an income generated from this dividend play? It all works out the same, but there is a play where you can get a monthly dividend payout, which then comes out more like a revenue stream or an income stream as opposed to just a dividend payment. Now, it is exactly the same thing getting paid quarterly or getting paid monthly, except if you're looking for a retirement play, the monthly sounds a lot better because you can literally allocate how much resources are going for your bills and live comfortably until your dying days. I'm going to be talking about a play called Jepi, Jepi. And Jepi is brought to you from JP Morgan. It's an actively managed fund. It's managed by 2 senior JP Morgan officers, and they have decades of experience between themselves. This fund brings you nearly 12% dividend payments. Now, past performance does not guarantee future performance. I'm just giving you the numbers. And the question is Jepi a dividend trap? What exactly is a dividend trap? A dividend trap is when there is a lucrative dividend. They're like shining, nice candy in front of your eyes or that nice stick with a carrot and saying, hey, why don't you get this? But at the end of the day, the stock underperforms the stock market so badly that your dividend is not exactly the best thing. So let's say you're getting a 10% dividend, but the stock goes down 20%. You didn't really make money. So the goal of dividend investing, in my personal opinion, is to find a company that allows you to get a nice, lucrative dividend, but at the same time outperforms the general broader stock market. And in this case, Jepi has been outperforming the NASDAQ. It also has been outperforming the SPY. As a matter of fact, Jepi has been a winner over the last year and 2 years, especially when there's downturns. Jepi actually outperforms better as there is more market volatility. Because Jepi outperforms the stock market in general with the information that I have right now, and the reason why I'm stressing right now is Jepi has only been around for around 2.5 years. Jepi invests around 80% of their money, 75, 80% into stocks, staples of America, which I'll get into in just a moment. And the other 20, 25%, they actually do something called cover calls for the S&P 500. And they keep renewing those covered calls every single month, generating additional income. Because they're generating that additional income, this is why they're able to pay you such a lucrative dividend of nearly 12%. As long as the market is volatile, this is actually good for selling covered calls. And what they end up doing is they sell covered calls for a month and they sell them out of the money. In general, this is a safer play and they generate really good income from that. By generating this really good income, they're able to pay you that lucrative dividend payment of nearly 12%. However, if the market is not as volatile as it's been for the last couple of years, probably, not guaranteed, probably the dividend payment of 12% is probably going to get lowered. How much lowered? If I had to take a guess, somewhere between 7 and 9% is a safe assumption. In the past, the last 2.5 years, Jepi actually did really good against the S&P 500 and really good against the NASDAQ. Will it continue to outperform them or at least be on parallel with them? This I cannot guarantee, and you got to make your own decisions. I do know that Jepi is a brand new product, and I think that there's going to be a lot of ETFs that are going to be offering the same type of strategy where they do covered calls. This is not unique to Jepi, but they are one of the few that are actually doing that. If this is something that interests you, there's a couple of different various ways to actually play this. You get paid once a month, approximately that 1% right now, which is really good. However, if you play this on your regular stock market account, you're going to be paying a lot of taxes, short-term capital gains. And if you are not in the 9 states that have no income tax, you're going to be paying state taxes as well. But there are 2 very good products where you can invest this through that are even better. Any tax-deferred retirement account, whether it's a Roth IRA, a SEP IRA, a backdoor Roth, any of those are great because you don't have to pay taxes until you start withdrawing at 59 and a half. Also, if you have a custodial account for your children, this seems like a very, very nice product, and I'll explain to you why. When you have a custodial account for your children, the first $1,250 is tax-free, which means if you invest up to $10,000 and you receive that lucrative dividend payment, essentially you're going to be paying $0 in taxes, with the next $1,250 being taxed at the lowest possible tax bracket, which is your kids' tax bracket. If you take 10,000 times what Jepi is paying right now, you're literally getting that $1,250 threshold plus or minus a couple of dollars, which means this is a fantastic product for a custodial account, in my personal opinion, and I am actually buying this for my son's custodial account. What I want to do now is actually give you a chart where I compare Jepi's past performance against the SPY's past performance, as well as the NASDAQ's past performance, and you're going to get a better general idea of what's going on. I actually think that Jepi is going to keep outperforming the SPY and the NASDAQ in the future as the Federal Reserve keeps raising interest rates and the stock market is going to keep going lower because of their investments in the staples of America, and I'll show you in just a moment. They invest 80% or so into very, very solid companies that literally make up America. Let me give you a comparison in these charts. Take a look. Tell me what you guys think. If you take a look at this chart right here, in blue is Jepi, in yellow is the S&P 500, and in light blue is the NASDAQ. This is going to be the comparison over the last day. If you take a look over the last month, Jepi is down 2.4%, S&P 2.2%, NASDAQ 1%. Over the last 6 months, Jepi 4.4% down, S&P 1.5% down, and NASDAQ is down 5.18%. If you go over the last year, Jepi 10% down, S&P 500 9.2% down, and the NASDAQ 17% down. And now you're going to say, but Adam, Jepi did not outperform. But what I'm going to say is Jepi was very close and they didn't completely underperform. If you go back the last 2.5 years from the inception, Jepi actually outperformed S&P 500. And I think everything that I just showed you shows that Jepi actually outperformed the NASDAQ. However, if you take into account Jepi's extremely lucrative nearly 12% dividend and take that into play, then yes, every single chart I just showed you right now, Jepi actually outperforms the SPY and the NASDAQ. If you go to the SPY and you go to dividend yield, it's only 1.56%. And if you go into the QQQ, which represents the NASDAQ, the dividend yield is only 0.72%. But if you go back to the charts and you take into account that Jepi gives you a 12% dividend, and S&P only gives you around a 1.8% dividend, and NASDAQ only gives you around a 0.8% dividend, then you could see that Jepi did in fact outperform the S&P 500 and most certainly the NASDAQ. These are going to be your portfolio managers for Jepi. Hamilton Reiner, who has 36 years experience in the industry, and Raphael, who has 32 years experience in the industry. Altogether, they have nearly 70 years of experience, and in JP Morgan alone they have over 45 years of experience. These guys are not, brand new horses. They've been in this game for quite a while. They are most certainly experienced, and there is a 0.35% fee for holding this ETF because it is a very actively managed ETF. In my personal opinion, that's quite fine. If you go to fund assets, they have $21 billion worth of assets, which is a very, very nice amount to have in your fund. They currently own over 129 different stocks. There is an absolute turnover rate, which means that they are actively managing this. Now, if you go to their top 10 holdings, as you can see, the top holding that they have is only equatable to 1.69% of their entire portfolio, and and the top 10 are a very, very tight number between 1.38 and 1.69%. So no holding is valued too much. I think the way they counterbalance their covered calls is by having an extremely solid investing portfolio, extremely solid stocks, and they're not overweight in any one particular stock. And as you can see, these are literally staples of America. Hershey Company, Progressive, MasterCard, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Travelers, United Health, Visa. I mean, these are literally staples of the United States. If you believe in the United States, then the companies that I just mentioned are absolutely safe. Because those companies are so safe, I believe that Jepi offers really good footing and foundations, or what other people might call fundamentals, and then they take risk with the covered calls for that 20-25% rest of their cash reserves. Because they do this, they're able to offer you this really lucrative return. But as I said, as the market is volatile, they'll keep being able to offer you these high yields. As the market is going to be less volatile, probably this is still going to be extremely lucrative and better than most of the market at around 7 to 9% if I had to take a guess. Now, everything that I'm saying right now, past performance has nothing to do with future performance, but you have to base your analysis on something. And I'm hoping that what I'm showing you right now is helping you make your own decision. For me personally, I have it in my public portfolio that I share on my Discord. The link to my Discord is down below. It's completely 100% free with no pay blockers whatsoever. Also, I am buying this for my son, and I am actually increasing shares in his portfolio. I also have this on my private portfolios because I think right now, when a down market coming, Jepi is going to be able to do really good. As the market's going to go down, I think that those covers calls are going to become more and more lucrative. And I think for the next year or so that they're very safe with offering a 10+% dividend payout. And that monthly payment seems really nice if you ask me. I hope this analysis of Jepi helps you with everything. Definitely do your own research and let me know if you have some questions and you want me to cover anything else when it comes to some other type of stock, as I'm trying to build my own personal portfolio and also build my portfolio of subscribers because I want to broaden my horizons and broaden my reach with different type of subscribers. Thank you so much, and please enjoy this video right here if you enjoyed this video right now. Thank you and have a great day. I'm about to go to the beach.